Warm greetings from Arusha, Tanzania, where we meet our main guest on the show today. And we have lots of informative content ahead, including Kenya to the World and My Magical Kenya segments. Raburu studied public administration at Moi University in Eldoret, Kenya. And in his own words, who would have thought that I would work away from my motherland in the tourism sector? This is his story. The sound of sewing machines invites us to a busy tent-making workshop in Njiro Estate, Arusha town.
Hapa ndio huwa tunafanya stitching. Yale yote inashonwa hapa.
Raburu and his Tanzanian co-director Barton Lusekelo are busy inspecting the ongoing works.
Kazi ni cover ya gari. Ya pickup.
Hii ni cover ya gari.
Cover ya gari pickup.
Their company is known as Serene Canvas. They have a third partner, John Owaga, who was on other duties away at the time of this production. Hapa ni kazi tu, Lusekedi explains.
Wateja tunao wengi, hasa wa matua operator wote tunawatenzea hema. Na mpaka na serikali pia tunaitenzea tents hapa. Army tunatenzea tents, watu wetu pia TANAPA tunatenzea tents. Lakini changamoto iliyo kubwa sasa hivi tukuta ni toka mwezi Machi mwaka huu 2020. Corona ilipoingia tumepata msukosuko mkubwa.
Day 2 of our filming, and Ronnie and Barton take us to one of their major projects in Tanzania. A tented camp known as Sanctuary Gorongoro Crater Camp, some 2 hours drive from Arusha town. But first things first, some health protocols to be observed, followed by breakfast.
So what was here before? A bush? Or?
It was just a bush.
Then a tour of the camp, as the two explain how they helped put it up. The camp is located in the Gorongoro Conservation Area, close to the access road into the famous Gorongoro crater, giving unrivaled access to the crater floor. Ronnie, who is also a co-director in a tour firm known as African Queen Adventures, shares what it takes to get into business in Tanzania as a non-citizen.
For a company to be local, there must be a local shareholder who will have more shares than the foreigner. Basically 51% shareholding to a local. Of course, there has to be government requirements of an investor permit and the necessary visas that will allow you to stay here.
Ronnie is an old boy of Maranda High School in Bondo, Siaya County in Kenya. He studied public administration at Moi University in Eldoret, worked for BP Shell at some point, and later got hooked to Tanzania through a visit.
I'd come visiting a cousin of mine in Arusha for a short holiday. He was working here. So I went back to Kenya, and coincidentally I came through a job advert on the daily newspapers, and I decided to give it a try. And I got the job with a multinational tour firm, to be precise, Abercrombie and Kent, as a key accounts manager. Then I worked with them for nearly 8 years. Later on, I moved for greener pastures. I got another job in Dar es Salaam. I lived in Dar for 5 years. The heat there didn't work well with me, so I came back to Arusha. Then I started my own business.
So what exactly does the African Queen Adventures do?
We bring in tourists into Tanzania. I do a lot of overseas marketing campaign. I go to some of the leading trade fairs and engage agents to bring us tourists here.
And our journey would be incomplete without a game drive in Gorongoro Crater Floor, the home to a large assortment of animals including wildebeest, buffalo, zebra, lions, and hippo. They are permanent residents of this floor, so to speak. In other words, no animal gets in, no animal gets out, and this is one of the wonders of the world. Tanzania's tourism sector is looking up as the industry players exude confidence that it will become even better despite the COVID-19 pandemic.
Tunahimiza sana utalii wa ndani kuliko kitu kingine chochote kwa sasa, kwa sababu ndio tumaini lililoko. Lakini zaidi utalii wa kikanda. Tunataka tuendelee kutembeleana kama ambavyo tunafanya. Ukiangalia takwimu zetu kwa idadi ya watalii, wanaposema labda kuna watalii karibu labda 1.2 milioni na kitu, wanaposema mara nyingi sana karibu 600,000 700,000 ni wageni kutoka nchi za Afrika Mashariki. Karibu 1/3 ya zile namba kwa haraka actually umetoka Kenya.
And the word from all those we've interviewed here is, sisi ni ndugu.
Mimi nikija Kenya nitakwenda Naivasha, alafu nitakwenda Coast, nitakwenda Malindi, nitakwenda Lamu.
The distance, like for example Nairobi to Arusha, is only less than 300 kilometers. It's a 4 hours drive and you're in Arusha. If you're to come directly to Gorongoro where we are, you add another 2 hours, 5 hours you're here.
But before you embark on that journey, ensure you have a COVID-19 certificate, a yellow fever card, and a valid passport. There is no visa requirement for residents of East Africa. You are given an automatic tourist visa for 6 months on the new passport and 3 months on the old passport. Non-East African residents are charged between $35 and $50 for a tourist visa. Congratulations are in order for Ronnie Raburu. Now, that leads us into the next segment, Kenya to the World. And Victor Gatonye, writer, actor, and creative director, tells us how he's managed to make his films go global. Take a look.
Yes, I'm sure by now most of us are familiar with that sound. From movies to series and even documentaries, all the entertainment you could want at the mere touch of a button from anywhere in the world. And now Kenya is in the mix, and here is how.
8 animals, 1 bullet for each of you.
Lights, camera, action. This is the world that Victor Gatonye comes from. Gatonye is an actor, writer, and creative director. He's been in the industry for over 13 years, so it's safe to say that he's a master of his craft.
The most known is Makutano Junction, which is where I also trained a lot from production assistant to director. The other jobs include TPF. I worked as a content director, and then there is Jella 5 Star is known under Mnet. Corner was a big brand. Now the big brand we're working on is Kina.
From small screen to big screen, Gatonye has done it all, and now one of his projects has just made its debut on the global stage.
Chams.
46 is it's a story of self-knowledge and doing something. It's a story of a group of people. They find themselves in a world where they can't escape, and they have to deal with their internal issues. So you either do something or you're deleted. It's a basic story about love and revenge, really. All of it is shot in Kenya, shot by a Kenyan crew, fully Kenyan production, funded from within.
The film, which took 17 days to shoot, is just one of the country's first films to find its way on the global platform.
We initially never did it for a platform. We were just doing a film. We needed to do a business film. But then coincidentally, Netflix was buying.
Serendipity or not, the platform presents Kenyan filmmakers with much needed outlets for their creativity.
Culture is the biggest traded thing now in the world. Culture and human attention. So we are there. This is the time for the filmmaker. It's the time for the artist, the expressionist. So the business of selling culture through film, music, art, and other expressions should be taken seriously. It's a product. It's a product. It's not just entertainment to pass time. It shapes minds. Netflix offers a wide range and freedom of what you produce, because this is the world you're dealing with. And so now you're more open-minded. You can present ideas. Film is about expression. It's like music. You express what's happening. So we can now express on this platform globally.
8 animals, One bullet for each of you.
And it is not just increased visibility that the platform offers. Fakir Liwali is the executive producer of 40 Sticks.
This production cost us about 12 million. The actual figure is 11,939,000. So with us being pushed the Netflix way, we now are on a platform where we can walk into an office. Our last work is on Netflix. So it will become easier to have conversations with people.
So with the changing times and the ever-present adaptive nature of our film industry, it's only a matter of time till our quality, creativity and culture is both craved and celebrated all over the world. And you can guess who the biggest beneficiary will be.
Film employs everyone else. Transport, food, garbage disposal, waste disposal, advertising, security, medicine. If we grow, everyone else grows.
And that's Kenya to the world. My name is Michael Zimanji.
Thank you so much, Michael, for that story. We now take a short break, but still to come. Welcome back. Today we are coming to you right from Arusha in Tanzania. Now, before we bring you our next Daring Abroad feature from Dubai, we have a daring returnee from Australia. Her name is Wawira Njiru, who has gone an extra mile to assist the needy in the society through an innovative idea worth applauding. This is brought to you in partnership with Safaricom.
My name is Wawira Njiru and I am the founder of Food for Education. We distribute low-cost, nutritious meals to kids in public primary schools so that they can stay in school and learn. I grew up in Raburu. Raburu is a small town just outside Nairobi. We grew up with a sense of, there's a big disparity between us and other people, but also that not everyone has the basics that we all take for granted, like food. When I got to university and had the ability to just try and do something, so I started thinking, what can I do? So that's when I started the feeding program. I went to school quite close to here for high school, Precious Blood Ruta. Then after that, I went to university in Australia, where I was studying a degree in nutrition and food sciences. I was making a connection from my education about the importance of nutrition. I wanted to do something because I knew for a lot of kids, a nutritious meal is hard to get by. And also, a lot of times it's a barrier for them going to school or staying in school. Started off really small, so we did a fundraiser in Australia, raised 125,000 shillings. And that enabled us to build a small Mabati kitchen, which we started from. Our first goal was to provide meals to 100. The goal was to actually reach 100 kids every day. So seeing how the organization has grown makes me happy, obviously, because more children are able to get the nutritious meals we serve. And it makes kids excited to come for lunch and to get good meals. So right now we feed around 30,000 children every day, and we are looking at a target of 1 million kids every single day. At the end of 2018, we received the Global Citizen Youth Prize, which is sponsored by Cisco. And it was a recognition of, a grant of $250,000 for the organization, and also a recognition of the work that we've been doing. Last year, we had the opportunity to welcome the Deputy Secretary General of the UN, Amina Mohammed, to our kitchen in Raburu, our initial kitchen. She came and we cooked, and she was able to serve the meals to the kids as well. The one thing that inspires me is to ensure that all children are able to eat, and our goal is 1 million kids a day, so to ensure that kids get the right nutrition and get the right meals.
Now, as usual, we have a second guest from Dubai. Michael Zimanji interacted with him. His name is Dennis Karenga, who is helping to balance books for top companies in Dubai.
Luxury, extravagance and indulgence. This is what defines life in the city of gold. It is where reality and fantasy meet, where one can be anything, achieve the unimaginable, and experience the impossible. But for one to be able to enjoy this, you definitely have to pay to play. Life in Dubai is a numbers game, and one person who understands this quite well is Dennis Karenga. Karenga is the founder and managing director of Outsource Accounting Services, a company that offers part-time accounting to companies based right here in the Emirate of Dubai.
It was always a dream to own a consultancy company, specifically in accounting. And I was fortunate enough when I landed in Dubai, the job I got was into outsource. I set myself a very high goal. Within 5 years, I'll make sure I gain the knowledge, the experience, and get all the tools I need to be able to set up my own company. And I managed to achieve that within four and a half years. Basically, if you want to start a consultancy business here, it's very simple. You just need to have the qualifications in the relevant field. So in my case, I needed to either have a CPA, K, the qualification back home, or to have a Bachelor's of Commerce in accounting, which I have both. So the only thing you just need to do is to have them attested. We are a team of 9 currently. We have Kenyans, but I always make sure I have Kenyans in my team at any given time since I started. I have Pakistanis in my team and Filipinos.
Karenga has been in business for about 8 years now, which is no easy feat. But why Dubai?
Dubai is made up of small and medium-sized businesses, most of them. In the field I am in, I very fast realized that most of these businesses, they don't need full-time accountants. They do not need full-time staff. So I saw a gap in the market, which I decided to take, and that's how I decided to start up. Our clients are in all types of sectors. You'd imagine we have consultancy, we have advertising, we have education sectors, we have manufacturing, we have trading, we have restaurants, we have salons. So we deal with all kinds of sectors.
Speaking of clientele, one company that has been with him since the start is Avia Reps, a global leader in advertising and digital marketing that specializes in tourism promotion and airline representation.
Part of what we need to do is make money, and that's with everyone, and be able to survive and support what we do. So it's very important to have someone there that you can first of all trust, someone that you know that knows the business, and then thirdly, someone that you can have a great relationship with. But also on top of that, it's been really, really great to be able to call him. Sometimes we have things that need to do last minute, and he's very understanding by coming through and supporting it with us as well.
Clearly, this successful son of Embu is no small fish in a big pond, a feat that he plans on replicating back home. He is currently setting up shop in the 254.
We have to take care of our future when we go back home, because ultimately we have to go back. We are not here for long, and we have to look at those kind of investments, especially which appreciate in value.
As we conclude, what nuggets of wisdom does the old boy of St. Paul's High School Kevote have for us?
Consistency. You have to be very consistent. You have to be very hardworking and determined. And above all, you have to trust in God.
Believe in yourself, believe in your vision, and you will win the game of life. That's Karenga's mantra to succeeding in Dubai. For Chams Media, my name is Michael Zimanji.
Thank you so much, Michael, for that dispatch from Dubai. Time now for my Magical Kenya segment. And how about my recent moment with elephants in Samburu National Reserve? A rare magical moment with elephants. Never had I come this close to a herd of over 50 elephants. And where is this? Samburu National Game Reserve that is situated in Samburu County. It is managed by the Samburu County government.
Samburu National Reserve was established way back in 1948 purposely for conservation of wildlife. It is an area of 165 square kilometers, a very tiny fraction of Samburu County. It's about 0.03% of the total landmass. It's home to elephants, very, very calm elephants, a cool 1,000 individuals that come through and many more that transit through.
Yes, very, very calm elephants. But how?
Their home range is fairly or relatively safe compared to other parts of Kenya, and that is because even outside protected areas such as Samburu National Game Reserve, they are still taken care of by the communities. Therefore, they know that the human beings within their home range are not dangerous human beings, and they are very intelligent animals, so they quickly pick that.
However, there is always a caution. An animal is an animal.
There are instances when elephants would be a little grumpy, and especially males that are in season. They come to season and they want to mate, and each male would try to demonstrate that he is the strongest, he is the best, and they are highly irritable at that time. And of course, the tourist guides that take people around should know that and therefore avoid such bull elephants.
The involvement of the community in the conservation of Samburu National Reserve has yielded noticeable results worth replicating.
Even one of the communities within one of the community conservancies called Namunya has started an elephant sanctuary where they rescue abandoned baby elephants, maybe abandoned due to poaching or some other issues. It is also home to the Grevy's zebra, and as you know, Grevy's zebra is highly endangered and it is only found in northern Kenya and southern Ethiopia and nowhere else in the whole world. Somali Ostrich is also another special species to Samburu, and so is the Gerenuk, which is an antelope with a very long neck, and in fact the term Gerenuk comes from the Somali language and it means giraffe-necked gazelle.
Indeed, northern Kenya has a big untapped potential for tourism, and it may soon become the next frontier of tourism in Kenya. With that, we come to the end of the show. We are glad you found time to be with us. Today, I hosted this show right from Arusha, Tanzania. Let's do it again next time. And on behalf of the entire Chams media team that made this production possible, many thanks for watching.